We're talking about discipline. Discipline to reach your goals. Don't let discipline scare you. We're talking about having goals for your life, having a vision that causes you to get up in the morning and live for something. I'm so passionate about teaching people how to get a vision for their lives because the Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish. And I don't want you perishing. I don't want you just existing and just living year after year with no change and no growth in your life and feeling like your life is over. It's just one big circle around the same mountain year after year. I want to help you get goals for your life and then show you how to realistically achieve those goals. Tom Landry, Dallas Cowboys coach, he said that setting a goal is not the main thing. It is deciding how you will go about achieving it and staying with that plan. I believe so many times we set goals, but we leave out a few details. Now, exactly how will I achieve these goals? Well, I've made it a habit to set goals in certain areas of my life. My faith, which is my relationship with God. You need to set goals in your relationship with the Lord because just like success will not happen without a plan, it's the same with your relationship with the Lord. It won't just happen unless you have a plan to get to know God better. Your plan could be to read the Word, to read a book of the Bible, to listen to a CD every day. You need to have a plan in your relationship with the Lord. So my faith, my family, which also includes my home, my finances, my fitness, my friendships, my free time, and now I've added a new one, which is my future. Setting goals in the future, like books I want to read or seminars I want to go to, things like that. But setting goals for your life, you have to do it in order to achieve success. They say that more people plan their vacation than they do planning their lives. We put so much thought and planning into where we're going to go. We save the money, we pick out the destination, and it happens. We spend more time planning that than we do our lives. But we need to plan our lives because God has a specific, unique, God-ordained purpose for your life. And the way you discover that purpose is by setting goals, especially in your relationship with the Lord. Well, I went to a marriage counselor one time, and he told me, he said, you fight fear with a plan. And he said, let me give you an example. Let's just say that you have a fear of getting lost. I said, funny you would say that. I get lost quite often. He said, let's say you have a fear of getting lost. And so before you even get in your car, you have your cell phone. You have the phone number to the place you're going to be going. So if you get lost, you use your phone to call that place. You also have a map. If you have a GPS system, you have it programmed in. You fight fear with a plan. Well, it's the same in your life, in your relationship with the Lord, in your fitness, in your finances. You fight those fears of never changing with a plan. If you have a fear that you will never lose weight, get a plan. And that's what I want to show you how to do. Let me give you an illustration of setting goals where your fitness is concerned. Let's say that your goal is to lose weight, and you apply the 4 tips to setting goals, which is it must be in writing, must be measurable, be realistic, and have a deadline. So you say, I want to lose 10 pounds by March 1st. It's in writing, it's realistic, it's measurable, 10 pounds. The deadline is March 1st. Now you need to answer these 4 questions. Why are you doing this? Why are you setting this goal? Well, you may say, because I want to feel healthier, I want to feel better about myself, so that's why I want to lose this weight. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to exercise. How are you going to exercise? Well, I'm going to walk 30 minutes, 3 days a week. And now answer the next question, when? When are you going to do this? Well, you could say at 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's when you're going to do it. That's where a lot of people fail in setting goals. They never determine when. And Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision, make it plain upon paper so you can run when you read it. Because when you have a vision on paper and you keep it somewhere in sight, in the front of your day timer, somewhere in sight so you don't forget it. It also says the vision is yet for an appointed time. You have to appoint a time to go after your vision to lose weight. And that's where most of us fail. We never really decide when we're going to do this. Well, it's important that you even get familiar with your energy cycles. When are you the most energetic? Are you a morning person? Are you a night person? Does your energy kick in at 10 o'clock at night? Well, then that's when you need to go walking. If it's in the morning, you wake up all singing and jumping and dancing, then you need to go walking in the morning. But you need to get familiar with when you have the most energy, because energy is power. It's what gives you that strength to go after your goals. But what I would recommend is that you get a time map. And if you've never seen a time map, you've never used a time map, you can download one. I've got a sample time map where I filled in how to use one, and then I've got a blank one for you to fill in for yourself. Download the time map because it is a snapshot of your life from Sunday morning to Saturday night, and it's everything that you do on a weekly basis. And when you have a time map, you can then decide when you can add a new goal, when you can realistically exercise for 30 minutes, when you can read Romans. When are you going to read Romans this month? Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock, is that when you have time to just sit down and read? That's what a time map's good for. And I'm telling you personally, a time map has just about saved my life. When I was stressed out, busy all the time, and I learned how to use a time map, it made me get back in control of my life, of my schedule, and my priorities. So, does it take time? Yes, it does take time. But listen to what Gary Ryan Blair said. He said, "The game of life is won behind the scenes on time spent in preparation. Rather than focusing on how much time it takes to set goals, think about how much time it will take you to correct mistakes that come from a lack of planning." So I want to challenge you this week. When you're setting your goals, answer those 4 questions. Why are you doing this? What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And when are you going to do it? Download the time map and make that your challenge this week, that you're going to fill out a weekly time map for you. Because I'm telling you, it will help you so much in being in a different place next year at this time than where you are today. So that's the challenge for this week. I also want to tell you to get this message on discipline to reach your goals. I'm not even touching the surface on what all I taught in this series. 4 CDs on discipline, on how to realistically set goals. And I also talk about setting goals in your finances. How do you set goals to save money? In your fitness, in your faith, all the different areas we've just briefly mentioned. But get this series today, and I believe it'll help you begin achieving your goals. And finally, next week we're going to be talking about the #1 obstacle to you achieving your goals. So I'll see you next week.